Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose one.
Hey, folks, we're here. We're in the super spreader event in the shark cage or fish tank of COVID. How the hell you feeling, Fatty?
Not bad.
All right, Joe's tested positive for COVID, AIDS, and mental retardation, but we're making it work. We're getting it in.
Well, there goes the YouTube money. Yeah, we're fucked, baby.
Shit.
I'm steeped in COVID.
Really?
Full blown, chocked full of COVID. You're not worried?
Nah, I'm okay. I've had it 19 times. I think I'm immune. Maybe. I saw someone get a booster the other day. That helps.
Yeah, the boost. I don't have to get the boost now.
That's true.
I'm fucking full boost, baby.
You're boosted, Bustamante, but you got a kid coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
That's
Jerry.
insane.
I got COVID. Well, first and foremost, I mean, we just got to say, Chuck has left the room. He's left
Chuck,
the building.
he
We should have
can't
got
handle
COVID a long time ago.
I know. I'll get it next week.
But, sorry, I'm extra wheezy. You sure you're okay?
I'm all right. I mean, I do meet and greets every week. I got a fat kid in a headlock. I'm on the playground touching kids. I'm around it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, everybody has, it's coming for you. But this is what's so crazy is my wife is pregnant.
Yes.
We're literally having the baby tomorrow.
Wow.
Which is insane. This is my last full day on Earth, no kid.
Wow. Wait, C-Sec?
No, we're inducing the labor.
Induce.
So it takes a while, but if they said it takes too long, they snip them out of there.
Induce Bigelow.
But yeah, it's crazy. And our doctor is just a cool cucumber. I love a cool cucumber doctor.
Need a cool cuke because you don't. Nothing worse than a nervous. Oh boy, I've never seen anything like this. What are you doing to me?
Well, that's the thing, and everybody. This is the thing, and I'm gonna be this guy. As of Friday morning, I'm gonna call you and be like, Mark, you're worthless. Your life is meaningless. You don't know love. You don't know compassion. You don't know, anything.
Wait, what does that mean?
This is what everyone does. Don't you find this? Everyone goes, you ready? You ready to have a kid? Yeah, well, I think, no, that's what you think, you piece of shit.
I see.
You talk to people, they're like, people who don't have kids, they don't know anything about anything. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know a few things.
I completely agree with Seinfeld. Like, once you're married, until you're married, you don't know nothing. I'm like, I've gotten laid.
Yeah, I think I know plenty of things. I know I can name every, you got it?
Uh-oh, that was it.
Geez,
Just
I'll put
like
the mask
that.
back on.
That was quick.
I know every World Series winner since 1970. I could go way back.
That's true.
All the World Series, Best Picture. I know it. I don't need a kid to know these things.
That's true, yeah. And it's funny you say that because I bumped into old Rosebud on Monday with Andy Haynes. She's like, I got a night nurse, the first night out in weeks since the kid, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, Haynes goes into it's the most profound thing I've ever done. I'm a different guy now. And it was that speech.
This is the last episode of Tuesdays with Stories as you know it. It's
That's
going to be
it.
me with a sweater vest with a
Yep.
tie underneath.
Yeah, maybe a pipe, a cardigan, and a daily news.
My glasses will look like this.
Yes.
Everything you say, I'm going to be like, I don't think so.
That's true. Yeah, you're going full dad.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to watch movies where kids get murdered and
Oh, yeah.
all abduction stories. Just give it to me.
That's porn now because you're going to hate the kid. You're going to go, please. You're going to be jerking off to the kidnap video.
Well, these people, I can't watch that. I can't be watching that. And I'm like, well, I don't get it.
It's silly.
You can watch a vampire.
Exactly. You can watch a guy get raped in Pulp Fiction in a pawn shop.
I might show the kid that first thing.
I saw it pretty young. I think I was 10 when I saw that.
I was 12. Yeah, I came in 94. So it was, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
No, I got wood, which was weird. But yeah, that was a wild scene.
And you'd think your dad would be like, whoa, jeez.
Yeah.
But we just sat there, just two buddies
Yeah.
in silence.
He went medieval on his asshole, and my dad would do this for the tits.
Oh, really?
That was
That's
it.
nice.
Yeah, just the over the eyes, and then he kind of got into it.
eye muffs
Yes.
instead of earmuffs. But any fart. So yeah, I'm going to have the kid. I was gonna say something about something, but that's what I was gonna say. So my doctor is just a cool cucumber, because this is the thing, and all these people too. Your parents, my parents, their parents, every parent, they all had their kids in 1968.
You got that right.
And so this doctor, all these people say, well, the first one comes whenever they want. They'll come early, they'll come late, they'll come on your face.
Aha. You're lucky.
And so my doctor, she's like this. No. Well, we also built ours in a lab.
I
so I
see.
think it's some more science or whatever. But she's like this. No, it's going to come on this date.
Oh, I love that. Matter of fact.
And I was like, well, what about the scenes where we're in the cab and the water's broken and I'm swerving through? And she's like, nah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, I love this lady.
And I was like, okay. And everybody else is like, well, we'll see. It's been going on for a month. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go with what the lady's saying, the one person we're paying and seeing.
Exactly.
And then she also said, I was like, we're going into induced labor. And all these people say, oh, sometimes that doesn't work. You induce, they send you home, and they get this. And I asked the doctor that. I go, what do you make of this? And she goes, oh, no, you're leaving with the baby.
Oh, I love this woman. I want to go down on her.
And she says it like that. Very attractive, too. It says it like that. She's like this. No, you're going to have a baby.
We need more of this. The guy's like, the earth is flat. We just need her to come in and go, no.
Yeah,
It's not. That's it.
It's beautiful. We need it now more than ever.
Yes.
But she's just like, we'll do that, and it'll be great. And we just sit there, and every question, she's like, yeah, that'll work. That'll be fun.
You get why women are like a take charge guy, a guy with answers. I'm attracted to her now. I've never even seen her.
Yeah, it's really nice and comforting. And by the way, my wife, she's full mom.
Really?
She's mopping the floors and organizing the stuff. And it's kind of nice because I got COVID 3 days before the baby. Not ideal on paper.
Sure, but you're sitting pretty. This is your last time to be babied.
Yes.
Because then you're going all 180 on this fucking toddler.
Well, I got my feet up. I'm watching the baseball playoffs. I'm hydrating, taking Tylenol AM, PM, and DM like it's
Instagram.
like it's my whatever, something funny. And I'm just sitting there, and she's building bureaurs, putting together the car seat. She painted a paint by number of two kids kissing.
Oh, fun.
Every time I get up to and I'm like, oh, I'm sick. I get up, I look, the bedroom looks more put together. She's stuffing animals and everything.
Well, they say something kicks in with the maternal instincts, the women stuff, like we do the whole day. Hey, Leah Thomas, we're just like us. Here we go. But give Leah Thomas a kid. I don't know if she's getting that full breast milk pumping, estrogen flowing, kids kissing, painting.
Well,
that
she
ain't
might
happening.
snap it in half. I don't know. because you need a lady touch, a soft touch.
True that. Yeah, that's
she's
true.
a lady.
Yes. But you're right. And I think it's the procreation of the species. It's why we're all put here. Sorry, gays. But yeah, it's in the wiring.
It's all wired and it's all exciting. It's all pipes. But so it's my last day. This is where it's a bummer because I'm sick.
Yeah.
But so it's my last day, and I was messaging my buddy Patrick Holbert, who you know,
Holby,
who's a Tuesday, and we shot this Tom Dustin documentary, which is coming. Patrick Holbert's been busy, by the way. Matt Wayne special, Sarah Talamash special. Tom Dustin doc. We're partners, baby.
Wow, I love it. Good for him. He's in the mix.
We got a lot cooking.
He's a talented Salacuse.
But he sent me the.
Hey, that was a real trumpet.
That'll keep the Donald trumpet.
That'll
supporter. Keep the COVID away.
Yeah.
So I texted. He sent me the new cut of the Tom Dustin picture. And I said, I'll watch it today. And he goes, don't spend your last day watching it. He's like, my wife and I, the last day before the kid, we drove around to all our date spots and reflected on whatever. And I'm like, I'm recording it Tuesdays. I'm here. I'm podcasting. Sarah's building another bureau.
We go way back. Hey, come on. What am I, chopped jizz?
Well, this isn't, I'm just working.
No, I get it. We're
if it weren't for COVID, I had spots tonight. I was doing 2 stand spots. But
I picked them up.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I appreciate it.
Everybody wins.
Well, it's funny because people are like, you're doing spots. But I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, what, I sit at home? What's the difference?
What should I do?
She's not in labor. It's one thing if she's, crowning and you're like, oh, I got a New York Comedy Club, 8:30.
Well, and yeah, it's the same relationship. We've been married for 48 years. What are we going to do? Really talk deep tonight? Like we would just watch Goodfellas again.
Right. I guess you could really hold each other and go, this is it. It's almost like you're going to jail. You got to have one last meal before the clink.
Well, we are going to bang, and we keep being busy. I'm vacuuming, putting the car seat in. She's doing this. So you are like, don't forget, we got to fuck.
Oh,
This is it. I mean, because we're not going to fight. I think it's like 2 months or something.
Wow.
Which I got a corporate in Vegas that I'm faking. It's not even a real gig. I just got to go fuck Monis and a whore.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you earned it, baby. But you can't give her the cove. You're going to have to go doggy style to where you're both facing the same way, like Washington on the Delaware.
Well, this is the thing is we're in the same bed because then I could give you the whole COVID story.
Please. Well, first, how you feeling? Are you coming out of it? Are you coming on my back?
I feel okay. I feel shit. This is the thing about COVID now, the new COVID. We have to remember it did kill many people. It's downgraded many times.
Yes,
I don't want to make it. I don't want to be one of these like blah. Because it was a serious deal.
Fat people really got it, and old people right up the ass.
Yeah, and that was 3 years ago also, I might add. 3.5, I think.
It's mutated quite a bit.
I feel shitty. This is the thing. It keeps being a different kind of shitty. So let me take you back through. So Saturday, first of all, let me go way back.
Please.
I'm talking to the doctor, who we love.
Yes.
And this is like months ago. I'm like this. What happens if I get COVID the week of the thing?
Wow, you asked that.
Well, that's what I've been worried about.
That's
it's like,
hilarious.
You have a baby, pop out day one, and I got a disease.
Sure.
So, whatever. They call it disease. What's the difference? Because they call it a disease sometimes.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's a viral disease, isn't it?
Yeah, AIDS is a disease.
But I thought a disease. What's the difference of disease? We need Chuck. Ironically, he's afraid of the disease.
Oh, yeah.
Because does a disease by definition not go away?
No.
It does go away if you treat it.
Because cancer is a disease, but you can cure cancer on some people.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I don't know. What makes it what's a disease?
Yeah, somebody call in.
Yeah. What's a famous disease we're not thinking of?
Because
Crohn's.
I've heard it referred to as a disease.
Crohn's disease? Is that right?
Yeah, Crohn's disease.
Yeah. But that's not curable.
No, treatable, not curable.
Yeah.
So some diseases are curable.
Yes.
What is a curable disease?
Cancer. Sometimes.
Good point. It does get cured.
Yes.
But there's not a cure.
No, but you can take it out
So you
or catch
treat
it
it,
early.
and then, yeah.
Huh. Oh, boy.
Huh.
Somebody died while listening to this of a disease.
Yeah, we're stupid. But any farts, God, at some point we should address that live episode that everybody hated.
Oh, man, do they hate that.
And people message me, they're like, you're full of shit. Why pretend it was good? I'm like, we were high-fiving.
I mean, everybody killed except for Lev. Everybody was getting big laughs. He got one at the end. I mean, it was hooting and hollering. Small crowd and still killing.
You know what I think it was? The crowd wasn't mic'd.
I tell you, that's what it is.
People, they don't know because we're pausing. They don't hear the laugh. But again, this is like The Sopranos. We're in the minority. I'm like, all right, I guess I must be wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody hated it.
But we were there and they weren't.
We were there.
9/11.
That's a good
Or
point.
Vietnam.
Good point.
You weren't there, man.
Purple Haze. That's a song.
Yeah, yeah. Rape, murder. It's just a shot. I feel like that plays for every Vietnam movie.
Yeah, you can't have a thing. The other one is
Credence, a lot of Credence.
and what do you call it? What's the Neil Young, Stephen Stills band? Boom. What's that sound? Buffalo Springfield.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one too. That's
Something's
in
going
every
around.
fucking thing. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, for what it's worth,
Aha.
that's
Good
the name
special.
of the song. Any farts. So yeah, I've been worried about this, having COVID, giving my baby this this illness, and so I asked, and again, she was like, "No, I don't know." She's like, "Wear a mask, whatever."
Oh, okay.
She's like, I think the baby's not that crazy from the COVID.
Right.
And they have your wife's immunity because they suck on her tits and they're inside of her. So people aren't that worried about me giving COVID to the baby.
And that's coming from a MD.
Yeah, again.
DM.
She's. I mean, it'd be funny if she's not like some Zen great doctor. She's just like an asshole who doesn't care about anything. She's like, I don't know, whatever.
Just indifferent.
She's like Kauger.
But that breast milk is like potion. It's love potion number 9. That shit it's like an elixir of health and beauty.
I know. I wish our cum or farts or spittle did something like a bird. You could be like, you know,
that'd be great.
because you feel useless. I don't get any juice.
Yeah, there's a couple pornos I could send you where the girl jerks off the guy, takes it in the mouth, then baby birds it.
That's my number one fantasy.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's what I need from my dad. But
Sometimes they'll get the gum going in there too. You see a little. Is that a Wrigley? Yeah, but that's the advanced stuff. That's a hard video to find.
woo, bubble cum. Hey, that's
Nice.
fun. So, anyways, I asked her 17 months ago, and she said, "Yeah, you be careful, wear a mask." And then everyone's like this. Well, leading up to the week, you try to isolate or whatever, but all these things, you're like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Even now, I'm wearing a mask through the office. You feel like a dork. Everyone's
Yeah.
looking at me. I'm like, because I got to put the mask on. You don't want to be an asshole.
But you don't want to be the square either. Oh, he's one of those guys. But maybe they'll just think you have scurvy or something.
Well, I think I can say, hey, I'm having a baby tomorrow. I'm trying to be careful.
Oh, perfect.
Because it's like the Jerry Seinfeld speedboat. You get them off the topic.
Right. You're buying a speedboat?
Yeah.
There you go.
So I go, I'm worried about it, whatever. And then last weekend we talked about it, went to Seattle, you come back, and all these meet and greets. Then I did a podcast with a guy, and the next day he was like, I just tested for COVID. So I was like, that was 90 minutes of sitting there together.
Who would do that?
But I thought you would get it 3 days later.
Sure.
So once the weekend came and went, I was like, all right, I'm clear.
Right.
And a full 9 days passed. Saturday night, we did Matt Wayne's comedy special, which is going to be called Take a Sniff.
Hell yeah.
And very exciting. Patrick directed it. I did a little production, and Mike Toohey opened, who's killer. You know Toohey?
Tui.
Mike Toohey.
Sounds familiar. I know Oney.
He's a real dude. He's like a Long Island dude. He looks a little bit like Mike Ness.
Huh, meet Tui. I don't know
Handsome guy.
Tui.
Great guy. Funny guy.
Okay,
But
I'll check
anyways,
him out. Hey, Tui.
He opened, and old M-Dubs killed it. It was such a perfect special. One take, one show
Oh.
at the Gutter Bar in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a great room.
Good spot, and filled it out. Bunch of old comics I hadn't seen in a long time.
You see Doug Smith?
Doug Smith was there.
He's a cutie pie.
What a guy. Selena Kopic, I hadn't seen her in a dog's
Hey,
age.
the old copy.
It really brought me back to the old days. George Gordon and Robert Dean was there,
Double G.
and Matt Wayne, of course, and Sarah came.
Jimmy Dean.
And it was a great time, great show. Get excited for that. Take a sniff.
Can't
That's
wait.
coming in a few months, I'm sure. But it was one of those things. So Saturday, I stay in, I watch college football, I'm relaxing, and you know how it is. We're always burning the midnight oil.
Oh, a lot of burning. Sensation.
Spots, podcasts, clips, travel, more podcasts, all that shit.
Totally. Got to edit. Got to caption. Got to write a new joke, by the way, in the middle of all that.
Not easy.
No. Juggling. Spinning plates.
A lot of spinning plates. We're coming down to the baby. So Saturday, I was like, I'm bad. And do you have this? If we may digress for a moment, you're always working. You're running. You're like an engine. Or what do you call it? I don't know.
Energizer bunny?
Yeah, you're
All
always
right.
running around doing stuff. Now I feel similarly. I have this my mother thing in me that I'm like during the day, weekday, I'm like I got to be working on something.
Yes, they get the guilt.
So you're either going to the gym or you're doing your push-ups or you're going for a run or you're setting up a podcast or you're doing a podcast or you're trying to write jokes or you're phoning a friend.
Yeah.
And then do you have this where you're like, I got to be working. I know you have that. And then you talk to somebody who's very productive, very successful, and they've watched every season of every show.
I don't understand it. I know exactly what you mean. Have
So-
you seen the Dahmer yet? Have you seen Ozark? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? I'm like, when?
But I sometimes
Flights?
forget because I'm sitting during the day. I'm like, all right, what's next? I got to work on something else.
Yeah.
And you realize you're like, Well, Sam Morril has watched every single film noir from 1928 to 1948, so he must be
Yeah.
taking breaks somewhere.
He's taking breaks. And
Okay.
He'll cancel a spot. He'll sit with his lady. He'll do that, but he also gets the shit done as well.
Right, because I have this thing where I'm like, I need to kill myself because I just spent a half hour looking at Instagram like a piece of shit.
That is the worst.
So I said Saturday I'm watching football. That's it. I'm not doing anything until it's time for the Matt's show. So I say, great. So I sit, I watch football, I'm hanging out, and I go, all right, almost time to head over to the Matt Wayne show. And then all of a sudden, just a gripping headache, like a vice, like one of these migraine-y headache.
Like the back of casino.
And you're like this. I don't like it. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm not stressed. You usually get a stress headache. I'm sitting here watching football.
Maybe caffeine.
Yeah, Sarah's like, she always goes with, maybe you're dehydrated, which I get a little annoyed because I'm like, nobody drinks more water than me.
Sure.
I am a water guy.
Yes, the water boy.
All day long, I'm drinking water. So I'm like, I'm not dehydrated. Oh, well, let's go to the show. And you got that cripply headache thing. You're like,
yeah.
This is no good.
You can't shake it.
Can't shake. No shake.
Shake it off.
Rattle and roll. Do the show. The show's great. Killer show. Come back. Head is pounding. That night I'm sleeping. I wake up. It's like this thing with dry.
Yes, like the desert.
And you're like, really
My wife.
dry. Having a kid in 4 days. Head pounding. And then I go, well, whatever. It's Sunday. I'm going to see Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, I also saw it.
Have you saw it?
Lot to talk about.
Lots to
I
talk.
got a movie pod, but I'd love to cover some bases.
Give me some. Give me some typical.
I saw it with the Qs.
Okay.
Which was great because he kept getting up to call the airline because he was trying to get a bereavement fare. It was classic. It was like right out of the show. And he finally got it, but he was like just standing in the aisle because he didn't want to be on the bright phone.
Oh,
so
my
he's
God.
like standing on the
This
aisle.
is
So he's
appalling.
like, oh wow, the Osage got shot. All right, how about that? Yeah, the lady died. What can I tell you? Oh wow, look at that oil money. Yeah, she was loved. I got the death certificate. It was classic.
I hope there's some hyperbole here because this is appalling.
It was appalling, but we were the only people in the theater. By the way, it was an empty theater, 1 p.m. Union Square.
All right.
But I thought it was good. It's beautifully shot. The editing is incredible. The acting was top notch. I thought Leo was a little sling bladey. But, okay, the acting was great. The only thing I thought it was missing, and Salcuse made this point, I didn't have any tension. I was on the edge of my seat. I wanted somebody getting hit with a ball-peen hammer. I want that montage. I want the classic rock. I want the Scorsese signature. And it didn't have a lot of that. I thought the ending was a masterclass.
Yeah, I just think that's right. Ronan felt similarly, but I'm famous for, not famous, but you know what I mean, notorious.
B.I.G.
For one viewing, my rods and cones are all screwed up.
Yes, and you change your views.
Because it's mood-driven based situation, and I've had many things where I'm like, stinks, and then I'm like, well, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Right.
And vice versa. I remember seeing Patch Adams and dropping flyers from the sky, being like, there's a new king in town.
Loved it. How about that scene where the door is the vagina with the legs, the papier-mâché leg? Gold.
It's gold.
It's a gynecologist. But I thought it was a little bit, I think, here's my theory. With his age, you're talking to an old guy and you're telling a story with an old guy, and he's telling the story a little slower. As a 30-year-old guy, he'd be zipping through with punches. This feels like the older he gets, Irishman, this movie, he's slowing down a little bit.
Slowing down, lot of stuff in there. But yeah, that's what Ronan said similarly, and I'm sure by now our movie podcast is out by the time you're hearing this, so go check it out. But yeah, he said it's very one note over and over again. It's like, we get it. They're evil. They're killing the people.
Yes.
There's not a lot there. I mean, and I've seen other people make this criticism. Like, I wish there was more investigation. Jesse Plemons' character, very fun.
That's what I
but
keep
he comes
hearing.
in 9.5 hours in, and he's there for 8 minutes.
And he's got no development. He's got no character, no personality. Sam read the book, and he was like, that was the best character in the book.
That's what I've heard, is that the book also, from what I understand, is slowly revealing the evilness. Like DiCaprio's character, you find out he's evil on page 319. Don't give it away. Well, it's been a month.
All right.
But, and I think also that's the point. It's not even giving anything away. in the movie, like the opening scene,
Yes.
he's like, "You got it. We'll kill
Yeah.
all the Indians. I'll marry one, and we'll take all their money."
He's
10-4.
He's a little thick.
He's thick, yeah. But I loved it. But I got to see a second or third time, and this is that's depressing. I can't because I have a kid now.
Oh.
I can't go to a 4-hour movie.
You got that right.
It's over now.
That's a kid's whole lifespan. But
It's over for Bozo.
what helps though is I walked home after to ruminate on the flick, and I see old Louis C.K. walking with a nice lady,
No kidding.
and he goes, "Hey!" And I go, "Hey, boy, he looks amazing. Have you seen him lately?"
I haven't. He was supposed to come over Sunday, and then COVID.
He is svelte. He had a cool outfit on. He looked good. He had those John Lennon gay glasses, the circular with the red tint.
I don't like the sound of that.
He looked like The Professional. You know that movie?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I think he had a little Natalie Portman with him because he had a little hot dame with him. And he was like, "I loved it. I thought it was great." I was like, I told him the tension thing. And he was like, "Oh, yeah. And then we parted ways. But
Yeah, he loved it. So I went and saw that Sunday. Oh, yeah, so that was Sunday. I'm like, I'm going to go see Killer of the Flower Moon. And then he was coming over Sunday night to get Sarah and I dinner, which is a nice thing about a 9-month pregnant / new baby. No one, you're not going to anybody. They're coming to you.
You got that right, fatty.
It's the worth the price of admission.
Yes. Maybe I'll have a kid just for that.
He's like, I'm going to come over. I'm going to bring food. Don't you guys touch that dial. Don't do anything. I'm coming to Queens. And I'm like, hey, this is great.
It's great. He never went to Queens.
No. Well, a couple times.
Oh, okay. But also, it's fun to go, "Oh, you have 2 kids. Talk to me. Teach me."
Right.
You look at him differently now.
Well, he had them 38 years ago.
Yeah, on accident.
But any farts. So he's coming over Sunday night. So now I'm like, we shot the special. It's great. Last weekend, sans kids. Had a little headache last night, but whatever. I'm going to see this flick. I got Louie coming over for dinner. Fantastic. So I get up. Sarah's too busy, so she's like, I can't go to the movie. I hit Siobhan up, and he was going to come, but then he couldn't come. So I said, whatever. I like going to the movies by myself,
Sure,
frankly.
and it's an investment. You're in there.
It's a long movie. So I go over there, and it was nice because it's about half full, which is nice.
A little roomier.
Watched the movie. Loved the movie. I was gripped and groped.
Mm-hmm.
But as the movie's progressing, I start to get that fucking headache back.
The head.
And I'm like that headache is really something. And I know my headaches.
Sure.
I'm like, something's up there. And then I start to feel like a
Sorry,
5P.
COVID alarm.
I start to feel the yuckers, and as the movie's going, I'm getting worse. And then
I've done that club.
that movie ends. I'm crying. I love it. I love Scorsese. He's the king.
Oh, yeah.
And I get up to leave, and I'm like a little walked out. And then I'm walking, and this is the dead COVID giveaway because it's exactly how it happened the first time when I had it 2 years ago. I call Ron on to talk because he's shooting his special.
Oh, right. He killed it, by the way. I popped in.
I know I had to miss that because of COVID. So he was panicking. He's like, I can't breathe. My father's gay. My special sucks. And I call him.
Yep.
So I go, I saw the movie. I loved it. About you. You know, you need to breathe and yoga and whatever. And then he goes, well, what's going on? And I go, you know what? I got to go. I got hit with a diarrhea
That's
shit.
the ultimate confirmation.
So then I go into the bathroom, and it was like a Dumb and Dumber, just barely made.
Yes.
The gripping head, the diarrhea, and of course, Sarah's like, you're probably stressed out. Oh, that's what Ronan said, too. He's like, this could just be anxiety. You're having a baby.
Get out of here. Diarrhea anxiety? Come on.
And I'm like, I don't get migraine.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I'll take the COVID test. We got the at-home tests. I'm testing. Sarah's telling a story, and then you just go, COVID.
Wow.
And she's like, come on. And
How
I'm
about
like,
that?
I know, 4 days from the child's birth, just as I feared.
Now, we both don't believe in the woo-woo and the mercury's in anal grade and jizz on my back and all that, but they say what you're scared of happens to you. So I don't know if there's...
Is that a saying?
I think I heard a lady say it once in the 80s, but whatever you're scared of, you think you almost manifest it,
No,
which I
that's
know is
nonsense,
silly,
too.
but
Yeah.
that's what happened to you.
That's nonsense, too, because it's like, you got to... COVID is like one of those things, we're going to get it. Again,
Sure.
you and I are traveling, we're meeting and greeting, we're at
Flights.
shows, we're crowd surfing at fucking Skankfest, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just a matter of...
guys.
matter of time, and...
DeRosa.
it just happens. You get it. It sucks. But I think it'll be all right. The little kid will be fine. But
You'll be fine. And you're on the down slope.
yeah, I'm on day Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, day 5.
Oh yeah, you're cruising.
So I'm here. And the whole time, it's been unpleasant, not fun, but also like I could have done anything I needed to do.
Sure. You're not laying in bed with the ice pack and the old thermometer.
No, and plus a fever's kind of fun. When you've been sober a long time, you're kind of like, whoa.
That's true. A little wonky, a little lightheaded.
By the way, there's people that are so crazy about COVID, they'll be furious at us for even talking about it.
I know.
People are going to be mad at us.
I know. He has it right now, folks. Let the man have his illness.
But any fart. So now we do the podcast. I'm going home, watching a flick, having sex, and then at 2:15 a.m., my alarm goes off like yours. We head to the car with a car seat.
Oh, my Lord. 2:15 a.m.
Yeah, we got to be there at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. call time.
Wow. Do you get a nap in, maybe? Because it's a late night.
I'm going to try to go to bed at 11 and wake up at 2:15.
Wow.
That's
How about that?
the worst part of the COVID thing is like, when you're sick, you need to rest.
Yeah.
And we're about to have no sleep for 7 months or whatever everybody
Brooklyn.
says.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Rosebud, and she was like, if I didn't have a night nurse, this would be hell. And I'm like, oh, you mean like how everyone's done it in history since a week ago?
Well, yeah, I don't want to whatever, but yeah, they've called me. I love both of them, and they were like, you got to get this night nurse. I'm telling you what. And I know a lot of children.
Yes.
And
Do you?
none of them have had.
I didn't have one. You didn't have one.
Yeah, so it's hard because you don't want to be like that. I don't think so, and then your baby explodes or whatever.
Sure.
But at the same time, you're like, I have like there's 75 kids in my family. No one has a night nurse.
Well, I think it's obviously a luxury, but they were like, you have to do it. I'm like, do you have to? I don't know if that's the right word there.
I also have like an apartment. Is this gonna be a woman sleeping on my couch?
That's what they do. They go from 7 to 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's an option if you got the moolah.
It's a lot of dough.
It is $350 a night. They said
Yeah,
that adds up.
Spicy.
What is this? A therapy session?
But $350 a night, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, wowza.
I know. Maybe you could talk her down at $325, but who the hell knows? I don't know if those night nurses haggle. Hey, folks. Tuesdays with Stories brought to you by Sheath Underwear. This episode is brought to you by Sheath. It's my favorite underwear. I'm wearing it right now, and that's true. And here's why I love it. It's got the 2-pouch system. One's for your dong, and the other's for your sack. Put everything in its pocket, and you won't have any chafing or sticky balls that cling to the leg. You got to hate a clinger. And it makes it an amazing Christmas gift for any one of your sweaty, chunky, well-endowed pals. It's all I wear. I threw out all my others. I got 3 drawers full of Sheath. I got colorful ones. I got tight ones. I got loose ones. I got gay ones. I got straight ones. Love Sheath. That's all I wear. And I got the lady hook, too. And you know her with that old floppy labia. This underwear was created in the desert heat in Iraq. So no matter how intense the game of Frisbee golf gets, Sheath is you covered with breathable underwear that keeps you cool and dry. And maybe if you don't have a dick, but you got some seriously sweaty boobs, no problem. Yeah, me and the lady play pickleball, and she's bouncing all over town. And that ain't the ball. So she needs that support with the brassiere. So they make it all. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code Tuesdays to get 20% off your first order. Plus Sheath Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com. Promo code Tuesdays. Get Sheath Underwear. Support your show. Support your balls. Thank you. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Displate. If you want to be the best gift giver in your family this holiday season, then give the gift of Displate. Displates are metal posters that take 20 seconds to install and won't damage your home. They come with a magnet that you stick to the wall, then the Displate sticks to the magnet. Easy peasy. I got a couple of these. They look good. They're clean lines on the wall. No hanging, no weird chicken wire, no hook, no holes. Plus the security deposit out in NYC, they'll bang you right up the pooper with these. You put one hole in the wall, You pay forever. My friend. Fuck you. So, Displate's got it right. I got an old movie. I got Vertigo. I got Taxi Driver. Those old movie posters really look good. They suck now. Oh, Avengers. Ugh. They had some real artists making these old movie posters. And Displate has got it covered. So, they're all over the walls. With licensed designs from Star Wars, Stranger Things, sports teams, whatever you like. They got it. And you need it to make this season bright. Save up to 30% off when you click the link in the show notes. Discount will be automatically applied to your cart when you click the link. Or use code Tuesdays when you visit displate.com. That's DISPLAT.com. Code Tuesdays. Or click the link in our show notes. Thank you, and back to the show. But, yeah, so I got a couple things. I don't know, are you...
Please, yeah. I'm talking about fucking my cold over here.
Sure. Well, two things. One I wanted to run by you, and one was just a fun thing to spectate. Spectate? Is that a word?
Speculate.
Speculate. Sepulum.
See. Take in.
Take in. Yeah, maybe take in.
Spectate.
What is... They're spectators.
You're
They watch
spectators.
the fight.
A spectator must spectate.
Yeah.
Then there's spectacular.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that.
Huh. And then there's speculate. That's totally different.
And then there's a speck of dust. Then there's Spock.
The search for spec.
Yes. So, first things first, running around doing sets as you do. Monday night, got a bunch in, like 4 in. I'm doing the stand. I have a fun set. I try a new one. The new one dies, as you do. I run out of there, do another set at the cellar, then come back to the stand for my final set. There's an attractive woman in the doorway of the stand.
Whoa.
You know, I see her I'm jogging in, I see her from a distance. A good silhouette where you're like, oh, wow, that's a hot lady there.
I like that.
The heels, the tight pants, the ponytail bopping, the earrings, and you're like, oh, look at that. So I'm running in. She's standing with a couple people in the doorway. I go, oh, sorry, can I get by you here? I'm late. And she goes, can I say one thing? And I go, uh-oh. She goes, I'm a fan. I think you're funny. I thought you had a good set. And I go, I got to go on because I know something bad's coming. And she goes, I have a problem with your show. I had a problem with your set. And I go, well, you know, people have problems. What can you do? Take it up with the comment box or whatever. And she was like, everything you said was funny, but I think you got to lay off the race jokes. And I go, well, I tried one new one. It's not there yet. You got to hear it done. Let me finish it.
Sure.
Because it's going to sound worse when I'm looking for it.
Of course.
And she was like, everything else I'm okay with, but the racial stuff, I just don't think you should even touch that area. And I was like,
what are we doing here?
I've had people tell me that about women, about Jews, about black, about Asian, about retarded, whatever it is. If I listen to everybody, I wouldn't have an act. And she goes, I hear you, but I actually know a lot about comedy. And when she said that, I lost it. I was like, you don't know about comedy, because otherwise you wouldn't stop a comedian and do this.
I'm nervous, though. Is this some lady? Is she somebody?
I hope not.
Oh, I thought you were going to reveal that it's, you know,
the head of
Carol
Hulu
Leifer or something.
Yeah, no, Leifer would get it. But so now we're in the doorway going back and forth.
Oh, boy.
And I was just like, God, I just think you shouldn't do that. I know a lot about comedy. I'm telling you, as a fan, you got to drop it. What do you do there?
I don't know. I mean, many things could go on there, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, I would be like, all right, well, noted, and thank you. I appreciate it. And then
I'm still
go,
going
what
to do it.
an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, now I'm getting deep into it, but I've had many shows where like a black guy will come in and goes, I need more black stuff. Where's the black stuff? Come on, buddy. I want that. You did some Mexican jokes, some Indian. I want some more black. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, well, tell every honky lady that you said that, will you?
Deal me in, they say.
Yes, blackjack. So, but yeah, so I was just like, I've heard this from about other groups. I was like, what about Jew stuff? She's like, it's okay, but the racial is where you lost me. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't know what to tell you. And then her husband was this big strapping buff dude.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, uh-oh. I just noticed him there. I was like, what do you think? He goes, just stop telling jokes, which I thought was fun.
Oh, he was
on my
joking.
side. He was like,
I see.
Just quit your whole thing.
Yeah, because she stinks out loud.
I guess so, but she's going to walk away. And the worst part is she's going to walk away going, try to tell this guy he sounds like a fucking bigot, but he won't listen to me. I'm just trying to save the world out here.
Yeah, it also feels like you're not really a fan then.
Ah, that as well.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fan of, Jackson Brown, but I don't go and go, hey, no songs about AIDS.
Right.
It's enough already. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, maybe if he started rapping
Oh, that would be bad.
and I bumped into him.
That's a genre change.
Exactly.
I'm not going out there doing props.
Yeah, exactly, which I wouldn't mind seeing
Yeah,
that.
I don't mind a prop.
Props are fun.
Yeah, I'll give you props. So, there you go. That was annoying to me. And then I just ran downstairs and I had a chip on my ass. But what could you do? And then I brought it up to all the other comics in the green room, and everyone had a story of what happened to them.
Yes.
So it's a common occurrence, as they say, but still, you want to go, so Bill Burr, Louis C.K., George Carlin, should they not, I'm not saying I'm them, but like, should they not touch race at all, or what?
No, it's just a weird thing. Everyone wants a little bit more, and it's access. People want, they
Yes.
have access, so they use the access. But this isn't even like social media. This is just
No.
somebody walking right up. But
Face to face.
it's a weird thing where everyone thinks they should have input
Yes.
to tell you to your face.
Well, you got to think the whole world is curated. I can go on a dating app and go 6 feet, this age, this location. I can go on the Grubhub. I want this, no bread, gluten-free, dairy-free. What you can, but you can't curate art.
Right.
I guess she tried, but I don't know. It just it rubbed me the wrong way, and I had to tell somebody.
Now, is she a hot lady?
Very attractive.
Wow, interesting. Because
Yeah,
you
which-
want to be like, why don't I got some ideas I could fuck into you. Something fun, something smooth,
Right. But you also want to go up to her and go, oh, I have a note for you as well.
Right.
My note is don't do this.
That's the thing. And nobody wants to get that back.
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
gets very upset. People want to just be able to say whatever they want to you with
Yeah.
impunity.
Right.
And then if you say back, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll think of that. But you shouldn't wear heels because you got fat ankles.
Yes.
They go, oh, what the hell? Never
Right.
meet your heroes.
Right. I had a lady once online, we went at it, and she was like, oh, I can't critique your act? I thought you were like a free speech guy. I'm like, I am, but I'm giving it back. I still don't have to like what you say.
Right.
Just because I'm free speech and I think we should be able to say what we want, I still don't have to enjoy it or agree with it. And now I'm rebuttaling, which is my free speech.
Right. That's the thing. This is happening in all kinds of events. This like, yeah, but because of that. And then you're like,
Right,
well,
yes.
because of this. No.
They
And they're
call
like,
it
well, that's because of
whataboutisms.
that. Right,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
So it's all pipes.
Pipes.
But yeah, that's annoying.
And I think if the joke,
Oh,
thank
jeez.
you. We got the halfway COVID,
Oh,
the
jeez.
COVID C. But I think,
Poor Chuck is terrified.
yeah.
He's got his pants wrapped around his face like Clark Griswold.
Well, he's dating 9 women. You'd think that would trigger the oldest first, but whatever. But I think the fact that the joke didn't work, I think in her mind, she's like, that's why it didn't work, because it's about this subject matter. So,
It's like the Gramercy.
huh?
They don't hear the jokes working, so like, this is the worst show of all time. And I'm
Exactly.
like, we were howling up there.
Exactly. All right, so I'm moving on. I had to get that off my ass.
Yeah, get it out.
But let me just say this. The next night, I got a beep, boop, boop, boop. Hello. Hey, it's Nate.
Red State
hey.
Nate?
Red State Nate Bargatze. Hey, I'm doing SNL Saturday. I go, you don't say. I'm going to jump around like you tonight, and I'm going to run the set.
All right.
And I was like, holy shit. So we meet up at the Cellar at 7 p.m. Colin Quinn's there. Jim Norton's there. Ari shows up. We're really cooking.
I know. I'm missing everything because this
I
stupid
know.
vid.
It's just so wild. This guy, this dweeb, this fucking hillbilly redneck piece of shit is going to be on Saturday Night Live. We did the World with him. We did the Mics with him. We did the Creek with him. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and I'm so bummed because I'm missing the goddamn thing because I'm having this silly kid.
Big mistake.
But and then the COVID, so I can't even sink my teeth into the pre-show hang and
I
all that
know.
stuff. It's bad timing, I guess. But
Oh, you couldn't even go if you didn't have the kid. Imagine that. You could go to SNL with him.
I would be there. I'd be there with bells on. Yeah, I'd be up there cheering with the foam finger.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped. I've seen the set. I know the jokes, and boy, it's killer. And wow, it was 9 weeks ago now. At this point.
Right. Well, go online. Foo Fighters are on. It should be a hot show. It's fun because he was like, every sketch I'm in has to be clean and no politics. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll make it work.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a clean guy. He's like, if my fans are going to come watch, we got to...
But not in the whole episode, just the sketches he's in.
Yes, just the one he's in.
Right, okay.
So that'll be fun. And then it was fun to see him because Nate's always been like, these spots around town. I don't know if this is worth it. And then to see the set go from here to here because of the sets was a fun moment because he was like, I really needed that. That fucking helped me. I thought I had it down, and boy, did I not have it down.
So how was the hang?
Hang was great. Then he's he's primo now. He's top shelf celeb.
He's huge.
So we'd be like, I'm like, I gotta go to the stand. He's like, jump in my car. I'm like, car? What'd you find, a parking spot around here? What do you got, an old Escort, a Honda? And he's like, no, this giant, shiny black SUV Cadillac. And I'm like, so you hop in that puppy.
Is he driving?
No, he's got a guy waiting.
Gloves?
No glove.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one like Michael Jackson or OJ, but I don't think so. No glove. He was a suit on, though.
Strapping with Travis there?
Yep.
I like that Travis.
He's a good egg.
He's all right, that guy.
Normal guy. And then a couple were like, can you get tickets for me? So I had to be like, I'll talk to Travis. But I didn't even mention it.
Are you going?
I got him on the fucking cum-guzzling cruise.
Oh, the Burt cruise.
Yes. We're all dreading the cruise.
That's going to be some tales. Now I'm excited to hear the details of those tales.
Yes. Well, we got Are You Garbage? We got Sean Patton. We got a couple other people I can't think of. But it should be a decent group. And, we'll be in high seas. Next time you see me or hear from me, I'll probably be in the Bahamas.
I'll have a son.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? The next time we see each other, you're going to be in Africa, and I'm going to have a child.
Woo-wee. That's crazy. Well, it's so funny, the dichotomy.
I suppose. I never know what that means. Yeah.
I don't either. The
juxtaposition. The dichotomy, same thing, I think.
I'm going to be sitting on a poop deck with a coconut drink, wearing a full-on floral onesie with flip-flops and a straw hat with a fucking some hoo-ah with giant tatas refilling my cocktail, and you're going to be going, wah, hold on, where's the fucking towel? Give me a diaper, you fucking bitch. What are you doing?
I know, it's crazy. By the way, you should see this car seat, by the way. I opened that thing up. I can't figure it out. I don't know how to do instructions. I can't do a step process.
No, step kids, step 9, step family.
I can't do it.
Step ladder. Yeah, they're tough.
So I don't know what the hell's happening. By the way, people are going to be so furious with this episode. We talked about COVID, and we're 3 weeks behind.
Well, hey, the man is sick and he's a father. What do you want from the guy?
What do you want? What do you want from us? By the way, well, you went to Europe for 6 weeks.
Europe,
don't say that; they'll shoot me.
Africa, safari. Now I'm going on a giant boat, the Amistad. It's gonna be wacky.
Surf and safari.
So
we're sorry. What is it? Call in, fans. What is it about hearing the stories that happened 3 weeks ago? Why is that upsetting?
I
don't quite understand.
They're never satisfied.
Because it's not like these are being released. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's been spoiled.
Right.
Like, you're still hearing the story fresh. Like, when you watch a season of Seinfeld, they shot it before.
It's a good point.
I don't quite understand why it's so upsetting. And I'm genuinely curious.
Yes.
Email me.
And then the other option is not do one. So you pick, and then, I don't know, like, this is a small minority, by the way.
Very small minority, thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's redundant. You can have a small minority.
Okay, yeah.
You can have a minority and a small minority.
Gradations.
Like, black people are minority, but Jews are a smaller minority than black people.
Good point. And then the 1% are rich white people, which is even smaller minority than that.
Right.
I guess they don't have to be white. They just have to be billionaires.
Yeah. But they don't even have to be billionaires.
Really?
I think you're in the 1%.
I don't know about that.
I believe so. It's quite shocking what constitutes the 1%.
Call in.
Yeah.
So I'm a minority.
You're a minority, yeah.
Hey, all right, I'm in. By the way, that's a sign of a great country when I'm in a minority and I'm happy.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it's a great country, but it's a sign that maybe it's not so bad.
The wealthy minority's going to be happy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Straight white male, the whole thing.
But any farts, what were you going to say? You had something.
I had so I was out with Nate. Was it something
No,
else?
small minority.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say something.
Well, I want to just chin check, which is a boxing term, that fucking numbnuts who said comedy it's too expensive to be a comedy fan these days.
Oh, that twerp.
I mean, with all the free content, with the specials on YouTube, with the podcasting, I mean, everything is free except for Patreon.
No, there's literally never been a better time
To be a comedy fan.
a comedy fan.
100%.
Almost everything is free.
Yes.
Podcast
yes.
is free. Reels are free. YouTube specials are free. Even
TikTok.
Netflix, you're not paying for it to watch your single special.
Individually.
You're paying for it because you're paying for it. Like when we were boys, I didn't have HBO. If you didn't have HBO and you weren't of age, that was it. There was no comedy. You had to
No.
hope that it was on. You could watch A&E or whatever, and just hope it came on.
Comedy Central, or you had to go to a buddy's house and blow his dad just to get a little TV time.
Right. So yeah, this is. I mean, times are living. I mean, living time. Like we did the
Yeah.
Gramercy. The people that didn't come, you see it 1 week later for free.
It's pretty damn good.
I mean, what concert do you miss? And then they're like, well, it's on YouTube now.
Amazing point.
So yeah, this is a high heaven of a time to be
Yeah.
broke.
And I'm not trying to call you out. I mean, I guess I did, but we're proving a point that no, you're very lucky to be around in this time. You should realize that.
Free, free, free. Everything's free. Right now, this is free.
Free Palestine. So
Yeah.
even that's free, kind of. But yeah, so Nate was jumping around, got to see the set mutate and morph, and it'll be fun to see it right there on the big screen or the little screen or whatever it is. And Colin Quinn gave some sage advice.
Really, that's my go-to advice guy.
He's the SNL alum. He's the godfather of New York comedy, whatever you want to call him. But he said, you're gonna bomb and dress.
Ooh.
But don't let that get in your head because that's not the real world.
Now that's interesting because Nate had the big theory, but you got to bomb a late night.
Oh,
So his advice melds in with Nate's advice.
dovetails, whatever that means. I've heard that before.
Dovetail. Well, let's put it together. We can figure this out.
It's like when something
Dovetail.
slides into something without friction.
That's called sex.
I get some friction.
Yeah, good point. But I think dovetail. So the dove.
It's a smooth, like the back goes into the tail perfectly.
Is that what happens with a dove?
Yes.
A dove. So we figured it out already.
Yeah.
A dove's tail.
Dove Davidoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also a watershed moment. It's another one I'm like, watershed?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Why would you want water in your shed?
I got to buy a shed. I'm moving. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm heading down the Atlantic Highway looking for a love
Yes.
getaway.
Belmar.
I got to get out. Yeah, I'm heading south or somewhere. Maybe to the Pacific Northwest. I don't know.
Ooh, wow. Across the cunt
Well,
tree.
that's a great Beatles song. Across the cut.
That's when he hit Yoko.
What the hell was I about to say? I can't remember.
You moving?
I'm moving. I mean, I just
Dovetail.
moved. I'm still moving. New place. Oh, that's what I was going to say about SNL. This is what's so exciting about the baby is, everyone talks about you don't sleep, the whole thing. There's nothing to do now because it's just a baby.
Yeah.
So I got the World Series exciting, and then SNL. I set that alarm 11:30 p. I'm going to sit there with my son and watch my buddy fucking host SNL.
Wow. As the world turns, the shifts and the changes in our life there's a lot going on.
I'm going to hold him up. I'm going to say, look at that. If you work hard and you're clean, you can really make it.
That's true. And quit drinking.
Yeah.
And get married.
Done half those. But boy, Nate, it was exciting to hang out with Nate last week. I'm excited for him to do SNL, and boy, it's a long way from him and I knocking back cocktails and really almost coming to blows many times.
Yeah, well, he's a stubborn mule, that kid.
He likes to get down and dirty in an argument.
Oh, yeah, he goes for the jugular, genital stuff. He fights dirty.
He does, and I remember him and I being in Kuwait playing one-on-one basketball, like just furious with each other. Like doing that thing where you check and you're just throwing it at each other, and then just sitting in silence, sweaty, 150 degrees.
Even the war-torn soldiers are like, this is getting ugly.
Yeah, like you two gotta relax. Yeah. We were like Iraq and Kuwait over there.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. But, yeah, so really cool to see, and I think I had some. Oh, I got to tell you about Portland, Maine, and Providence.
Oh, my God, my home country, the native land.
The New England boy. Holy shit. So I fly out to Portland, which is a nice 1 hour and 11 minutes.
Premium.
Can't beat it.
Great city.
Doug Key, I produced his special. Speaking of Matt Wayne, I put Doug's special on my YouTube. Just trying to throw some people a bone here.
Sure.
And it's really funny. It's killer. He shot it at the Providence Comedy Connection, yada, yada, yada. It's already up to, 30,000 views or whatever it is.
There you go.
So it's moving. Don't say cunt. But get out to Portland, Maine. I love that town. It's got that fisherman on heroin vibe, and it's gray, and the water, and you just smell pussy and crab.
I love Portland, Maine, and Oregon.
Yeah, both Portlands. Weird that they're like opposites, and they're completely across the country.
Very similar. Yeah, well, the coin flip. I told that story before. When they incorporated Portland, Oregon, they were going to name it Boston or Portland. Flipped the coin.
Oh, how about that?
Came up Portland, 50-50. It was almost Boston, Oregon.
Wow, look at that, Boston, Oregon.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wacky.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get in there, beautiful theater, 1925, the State Theater. You get in there a little early. We got a lobster dinner. As you do, you gotta go when in Rome.
Sure.
We had a guy come out dressed in a sex club outfit, brought us a cooler full of lobster.
Wow.
Peeled it, shucked it. He's like, I'm a fisherman. That's for me. That's for you.
All right.
So he had a garter belt on. He saw the photo, I guess, of Berlin. Great guy. Hell of a fan. Thank you, sir.
That's a big commitment to a bit.
Yeah, he wore it the whole night. Saw him after, shook his hand, got a photo, and garter the whole time.
No kidding.
Yeah, he had a friend who, I'm not a kicker-outer, but his friend would not shut the fuck up when I go, my code word to kick out is tase that motherfucker.
Yes, I remember that.
And they throw the guy out, and he's like, what? What the hell? What? They're throwing him out. He gets in the lobby, buys one of Doug's shirts, puts it on, and does a Hulk Hogan. So he was on the moon. He was so fucked up. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Then he bought a hoodie and couldn't rip it, and Doug was like, all sales are final. But, who cares what you do with the shirt? You're going to jizz on it anyway one day, so who cares if you rip it?
Absolutely.
But I think he thought he had a win there, but Doug got the money. So Doug goes out at the show, and I'm like, he's struggling a little bit. He's got good jokes, obviously, but the crowd was just like, nah, we don't like it. Who are you? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's tough up there.
And I'm watching side stage like, oh, this is going to be a long hour. It's going to be one of those because, you get heckled at the club. You can kind of go, hey, dickless, nice hat, blow me, whatever. At theater, you're like, what was that, young man? You turn into full-on substitute.
Right. Yeah, that's tough. And Portland, they don't get, I love Portland, and one of my favorite shows ever was there, but they're not getting a lot of comedy coming through.
Yes.
There's a lot of, what's it called? The thing with the dust and this much could kill you.
The dust?
Yeah, it's like a powder. They put it on the pen.
Anthrax?
No, they put it on a pencil and like, this is how much it takes to kill you. Come on, what's the big thing?
With dust?
I think it's dusty.
Cyanide?
No, the big hot drug.
Oh, Coke.
No, but they put it in
Meth.
the Coke.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl! I think it's all
you threw me with
fentanyl.
dust.
It's all fentanyl and pipes and ferries up there.
Oh, yeah. It's another world.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time up there, and it's, it's a lot of steampunk and that kind of stuff.
And it's a lot of people driving in from the old outer boroughs. It's a lot of farming out there. It feels very southern up north, ironically.
Oh, yeah, you'll find a Confederate flag every once in a while up in Maine.
Sure. So all those people came in, and they got tuned up for a 7 o'clock show, which is impressive. They must have started drinking at 4.
Sure.
And I got heckled for a nice 48 minutes. And I had some friends come out to the show, some family, and they were like, are they always like that? I'm like, no, that was weird. They were like, okay,
geez.
we were actually nervous in the audience. It was just like people foaming at the mouth going, you homo, talk about QAnon.
Well, I feel bad. I don't want Portland to get a bad rap.
No.
So I'm sure it was just an off
It was an off
night or
night.
something because it's a great city.
Great city. Love the city.
In the summer, anyways.
Beautiful town, really cute. More restaurants per capita than anywhere else.
Is that right?
People fly in for the food there, Jerry.
Believe me. I mean, we stop off every year up to Booth Bay. We go into Portland. I get some cigars and some fish. I'm not a big lobster guy.
I like it, but I think it's it's all branding.
It's like $385, and you get a piece of meat the size of my father's cock.
Exactly. And that had foreskin at least.
That's why I'm all fish.
I like fish. I like crab. I like it all. I'm a crustacean cunt. But this crowd was tough, and I got a lot of DMs, just like, hey, that's not all of us. We had a good time, but whatever. I just didn't see it coming. You think of Portland, you think of Schooner and a guy in an LL Bean jacket.
Yeah, I think of exactly Hooper from Jaws. That's who I think of when I think of Portland.
Yeah,
It's like a sweater and a little fucking hat, but I think it's a lot of quints up there.
A lot of quints.
It's
Yes.
a lot of like
a doll's eyes, these guys. They were glassed over.
Yeah, pleasure cruising, a gay sailing.
Yeah, so we go out and we get pretty banged up because, you turn into a sailor up there. You start doing this shit with your drink and you go, yo-ho, blow the man up and all that shit. And
Sounds like a mouse.
we got banged up and too banged up. Don't know how I got home. That whole thing. You wake up and I woke up on I got a pile of fish on a barge. My kidney was gone. I was ice everywhere. I was like, I got shanghaied. Now I'm in Nova Scotia working on a fish mine. But whatever. So we wake up, one eye open. We jump in the car. We drive to Providence. Which I love Providence. I love that town.
Nice town. It's
Great
got some
town.
stank on it itself.
Sure.
By the way.
I like a little stank on my snatch and get down to Providence. And one of those hangovers where you're like, I got to go lay down. We drive all the way there and you're like, by the way, I'm using those shell cards like there's no tomorrow.
I forgot about the shell car. I haven't driven since then.
Wow. I've been all over the world driving.
I'm all flights, but I'll be driving now. Now with the baby, I got to do all these gigs that are close to home so I can hustle back.
I'm all my openers. It's on me. There you go, fatty. And it works like a charm every time.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, Live Nation, for the shell cards. But yeah, we get to Providence, the Vets Theater, Vets Auditorium, something like that, Veterans, whatever. It's right there in the heart, right next to the Capitol, right next to the hotel over there, and it's 10 seconds away from my Marriott, so I run over, run right in. You start running past people who are going to the show, which is always a great feeling. Oh, comedy, what's up, fatty? The whole thing.
That's fun.
You get the guy out there, he lets you in, and it was the hottest show, and Doug's a Rhode Island guy,
Yes.
so it was a homecoming. His girl was there, her whole family was there, his family's there. It was a sight for sore anal. He killed it, and he's got all the Rhode Island bits.
All right.
So it just clicked. They loved him, and brought me up, and they were hot as jizz on a kid's stomach, and boy, we had a good time. And then we had one drink in the hotel bar. The bartender was a comedy guy. He's like, whatever you want, it's on me. So we had a great night, and then flew home.
Nice. That sounds like a good time. I miss it. It's only been a week since I did comedy, but I'm like, oh my God, I got to get back in there.
Yeah.
And I don't have my last spots were all this week, but I had to cancel because I'm a sick puppy. And now I cleared the schedule. So I'm going to go 9 months without doing stand-up.
Wow.
Oh, God.
But everybody's going to say, the material, you're going to get a ton of material out of this fucking infant.
Well, I got some stuff, I think, maybe. About
Already?
The prep.
Okay.
Well, you don't want the baby. Diapers.
Yeah. Bottle, diaper, vagina, crying.
Is this something maybe that's like,
All right.
It's the only thing where they're like, people ask you if you're ready just so they can say you're not ready.
Ooh.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. No, you're not.
I like that.
No one's ever like, are you horny? I am. No, you're not. Something, I don't know. I'll gotta.
And you'd never do that to a woman. You're both naked. So you sure you're ready? Oh yeah, I'm ready. No, you're not.
And then you smack her or whatever.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah.
I'll put something together.
I like
I
it.
don't know.
It's a good premise.
But I've had fun being in New York for a while. You forget because you just want to travel so much. And then when you travel so much, you're like, it's kind of nice to not travel.
New York is great. I mean, coming back, especially, after going on a long trip or doing the road so much, it's nice to do like a daycation or whatever the fuck you call it, a staycation, where you're like, let's go to the Astoria hotspots.
Yes.
Let's live like a tourist in our neighborhood.
Yeah, you got to come out to Astoria, see the baby.
I got to come see the baby. I can't wait.
That's exciting. I'm one of these people with the baby visits now.
The city's a toilet.
What was I going to say? Oh, but I am on the road this weekend. I am in Washington, D.C. Chocolate City.
What a place to get back into. You're dovetailing right in.
Yeah, improv. Friday, Saturday. We cut the Thursday show. We're down to Friday, Saturday. Also, I got to say this. I was supposed to be at the Pittsburgh Improv November 30th through December 2nd. They bumped me. I wish these clubs made it more clear that they moved the date.
You get the shit.
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, yeah, you got the baby, paternity. I'm like, no. I got bumped by Mike Epps, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, a little bit.
What did he do? What's he?
He's big.
But what's his thing? Is he at
was-
specials or movies?
He was in a couple movies, and he was in Friday After Next, a couple movies before that. I think he was at MTV VJ for a while, and then he's got a couple Netflix specials under his belt, and I think at HBO as well. He popped. He's good.
Remember how good MTV was for the folks at home?
Forget
That
about it.
was the first thing you put on when you got home. Is that
It was
right?
lunch. Yeah, first of all, it had a bunch of hot ladies on, and then it was cool. It had rock and rap and all the good guys. You saw a Nirvana interview.
MTV News.
Kurt
You
Loder.
Hear it first. Who was like 78 at the time.
Wow.
He's 106.
Yeah, I always thought he looked a little out of place.
Tabitha Soren.
Yes, Kennedy.
Kennedy, yeah, who's on Fox, I think.
What?
Fox News, yeah. Isn't she? I think she's friends with Dave Smith.
RFK?
But man, that was
get it.
exciting. You would go home and just run in that door and
Yeah.
MTV, and I remember like dying to see like the Bullet with Butterfly Wings video or
Yes,
Today
yes.
or whatever. You'd be like, oh God, you'd wait for it to come on. You ever run videotape on it? Just
I
like
did.
hoping. Yes,
I
you're like, here
did.
we go.
Yeah, I'm not buying a fucking CD. I'm going to wait for Blur to come on and hear, woohoo!
Woohoo! That song ripped.
It really did, yeah. Not much to it, but it cooked.
And then they had Oddities, then later Jackass,
Oh,
The
yeah.
State,
That's
all
right.
that
Ben
fun stuff.
Stiller's show was on that.
Yeah, that was
Ren and
great.
Stimpy was on MTV for a hot minute.
And it doesn't feel like we just, obviously we did age out of it, but it also feels like it stopped being cool. Like it became like,
Well, it became the TLC was like 58 and pregnant, whatever the hell the show is. Teen Mom. It just became reality.
more
shows.
dramatic.
Yeah, less music.
Yeah, stuff was much more fun then.
It was a lot more fun. Remember The Grind? I jerked off to that show a few times. It was just people dancing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, Singled Out? Remember that?
Singled
a
Out
hot
was
one.
huge. That was on at like 5:30. We never missed that. That was
great.
big.
You
And
know what I
that-
never got about Singled Out is what they would go, it'd be like, he's a vegan or eats meat. And the girl would be like, I got to be with a meat eater. And then 8 guys would walk away, and then they go, tiny dick, huge dick. And she'd be like, I got to go with the big dick. And then 48 guys would walk away. And I'm like, first of all, who's picking little dick? Secondly,
Right.
that's got to suck for those guys. They're the only time they're on TV is walking going, little dick here. See you later, lady. Like, that sucks.
Well, I think some women want a littler dick.
I never saw a woman pick littler.
Well, because you go personality, because it's the big dick energy. Like,
Right.
would you rather be with you or Steve Rogers? He's got a
Rogers.
huge dick.
Well, I don't want to be with me,
That's a good point.
but I know what you
Neither
mean.
do I, frankly. But I wouldn't pick Rogers.
Okay.
I'd go Monas.
Well, he's probably got a hog too. That guy's 6'8". He's an oak. He's probably packing a branch.
I feel good. I feel bad. I feel like I insulted you and Steve at the same time.
That's fine.
I'm joking. I love Steve. By the way, how about this? Steve Rogers has like my keys right now because my parents are flying down to see the baby, but I might not be careful. That's porn.
Oh, geez,
we can't show that on the television.
We have porn posters like we're at a fire station. What the hell do we think we are over here?
Some lady or person, some entity, sent us like 14 by 17 foot posters of an asshole with cum in it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, and I think I know who's coming is, by the way, which makes it even hotter. But yeah, send anything you got. We'll take it. Just conceal it.
This should be the show.
Yes.
But this is what I'm talking. So my parents, they're flying down. They've never been to New York City ever because the bridges and the minorities.
Sure.
They're coming down to see the baby. And I got to like leave keys with Steve, my downstairs neighbor. Steve's supposed to be out of town opening for Nate, but Nate's in town doing SNL.
Oh, how do you like that?
So how about this? I got a group thread with my mother, father, Steve Rogers, and me.
Wow.
Is that
Worlds are
crazy?
colliding. This is too much.
Oh, they're smashing into each other. Two Steves, two huge dicks.
Yes, yeah. Who's that? Your dad and Steve's dick?
And Steve, yeah. So it's a whole rigmarole.
Yes.
And it's this weird thing where I don't know where I'm going to be on Saturday. My parents are flying down. I'm like, well, maybe I'll pick you up or maybe you'll come to me at the hospital. I don't know when this baby's going to come.
Wow. No, they're not staying with you, huh?
They're staying in the basement. I'd chain them up to the radiator.
Oh, wow.
Next to the baby. No, we have the office apartment down there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this will be interesting. I am excited to hear how this goes.
It's going to be something. I'm nervous.
But again, your mom raised you and the sister and Uncle Dale. She knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be weird, and God, how weird to walk in with a baby of like, all right, you live here now. You show them around like Simba. You're
Yes.
okay, and everything. I've lived my life for 51 years now with no kids, so I got collectibles everywhere. I got autographed
right.
baseballs and knives that have been given to me.
Yes, swords and memorabilia.
It's all, I got magnets everywhere, low, chokeable things
Yes.
everywhere. I'm going to have to really move.
Baby proof. Yeah, you got a lot of trinkets, a lot of swallowable items.
Yeah, you got that right.
Tell that to Sarah. Yeah. But, yeah, well, good luck there, Fatty. I can't wait to see the first photo. I can't wait to hear about how you feel and how pretentious you get after. It's all very exciting.
I'm going to be insufferable.
Oh,
I'm going to
I
be
can't
like,
wait.
you don't even understand what it's like. You're a piece of shit.
Yes,
What kind of life is this you're leading?
Right. You're not a real human being until you have kids. You don't know who you are. You're worthless.
You can't understand love.
Sure.
People love to say that.
They do say that you meet the kid and you're like, oh, this is love. This old hag, I don't even care about anymore.
Well, there's a lot of studies that the enjoyment of the marriage just goes straight to the shitter.
Really?
Yeah, well, you become like sort of partners in raising a kid. There's less dates. There's less dressing up. I hear people all the time. I have friends that say this, like, I haven't seen my wife put on a pair of jeans since 1988.
Oh.
It's all sweatpants and scrunchies.
Oh.
There's no eyeliner. There's no blowjobs.
Right,
you know,
right.
fuck for a while. And then the kid is sleeping in the bed.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Oh, this sounds like a nightmare.
I think it's tough. I think divorces and all that. By the way, you sound sicker than I do.
I got the sniffs, but I've had that for 3 days.
The sniffles, yeah. So we'll see. I think you got to put the effort in. You got to really go on dates and get a sitter and all that shit.
Yeah. But there is a partnership to it of like, me and you are in this together, lady.
Well, it's hot. I love a MILF. I love
Sure,
a fat, yucky lady pushing a carriage.
Oh, interesting.
Like I like sneakers on a woman, you know,
Yeah.
and those like basketball shorts that kind of like they bunch up in the fat.
Yeah.
You know?
Boy, you got to date Sam J at this point. But yeah, I know what you mean, though. It's fun to have a nice casual lady around to just throw around the house.
Well, those arms buff up too because you're carrying the
Yes,
toddler.
That's right. You got a WNBA player on your hands here.
That's right. By the way, I think Chuck is dead.
Yeah, I think it's an hour 20 we're at here.
Chuck is gone. He died. He's nervous. By the way, we didn't even take, because I feel like you don't care about illness. Chuck, we didn't even consider. It wasn't until today that he was like, hey, guys, is it okay if I record from down the street?
Didn't even think about it. And he was nice enough to be like, I'm a bitch, I'm a pussy, I'm a queef, do you mind? And you were like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I get it. I don't want to be sick. Oh, by the way, we didn't even touch on this.
Uh-oh.
The COVID. I think I know where I got it.
Oh, all right. Well, wrap it up with this.
The bitch
woo.
from Chipotle, remember?
She's the wet market.
Remember, she was coughing out loud, wet cough,
Yep.
and she said, well, you could put on a mask.
Right.
I think I got it from her.
What a coos.
Which, by the way, I went to Chipotle today. I wore the gay mask.
There you go.
And I took my burrito here. I ate it here in an office by myself.
Oh, really?
Only because I trashed that lady.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And
You
also,
consider it.
It's not just that she had someone had COVID. She's coughing. I'm not coughing. No cough.
Well, imagine coughing and then getting mad at the other people who aren't coughing. That's the world we're living in, and that's what drives me fucking nuts.
Exactly. I got COVID. I feel bad. I'm wearing the mask in the elevator. Chuck is like, hey, I'm afraid of COVID. I don't want COVID. My father's gay. I go, you got it. No problem.
Yeah.
Record from down the street. I think he took a nap.
Sure.
Might have got arrested.
That's fair. I think he picked up some lady. But yeah.
There he is.
All right,
Chuckles.
This lady, she should put on the mask. She should get out of COVID. It's like cigarettes. You're going to cough, go outside. 10 feet away from the building. That should be the rule.
Kafka.
In the words of Theo Vaughn, coughing is the new N-word.
By the way, I'm trying to read Misery by Stephen King. You ever read a Stephen King?
I read It.
Yeah, I heard that one's a mess. That one I heard is just a messy
It's
piece
just
of
thick.
shit.
Yeah, I read half of it and threw it in the trash.
You read But
Right.
everyone told me Misery is fantastic. I started reading it. I'm like,
A little boring.
I get it.
It's slow. The movie's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
I
tough-
don't
tough
love
to-
the movie that much
Oh,
either.
I love the book. It's tough to do the movie then the book. Because you're like, all right, well, I'm just slowing down time.
Right,
I already
right.
know how it ends.
Yeah, I'm picturing Kathy Bates. But
Yeah.
before it's fun to read. Yeah, I blew it.
I didn't like it either. I thought it was about IT, so.
Hello, folks.
All right.
Anyways, DC this weekend, Chocolate City. Go to this website, punchuplive.com. Are you on there yet?
Yeah, I got to get on that.
It's good. /Joe-list.com or so I don't know the fucking website. Go check it out. Sign up for my email list. You can buy tickets there. Tacoma, January 11th through the 13th. Go check out Joe and Ronan. We've brought that back due to popular demand. I can't ditch this guy. I keep trying to leave, and everyone's like, "You got to do it. It's the best thing ever. We need to
okay.
hear your movie reviews." God damn
I'm
it!
curious to hear his take on the flower queef.
Oh, it's out right now. You can go hear it, and then check out Mine for Metal Jacket. That's out there too. And I don't know. Special. I'm tired. I got AIDS.
Go watch his YouTube special, the latest one. It's great. I got one on Netflix called Soup to Nuts. MarkNormanComedy.com for tickets. Get a mug, get a hat. It's holiday season, folks. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. Enjoy that turkey.
No one wants
Happy
to
Thanksgiving.
be
Sorry, we're late.